At the end of this month, the UK will formally notify the EU that it's leaving, and that means that after Brexit, it will have to forge new partnerships with other countries on issues such as trade and security, and one of those is likely to be Turkey. I'm Andrew Hopkins, and this is One on One Express with the British Minister for Europe, Sir Alan Duncan. Minister, thank you for talking to TRT World. Britain is about to leave the EU. Turkey has difficult relations with the organisation. What does Britain hope to get out of this? Does it see it as a major business opportunity? And what can both sides gain from it?
Yes, I think it's going to be a growing, continuing bilateral relationship. I mean, we will fire the starting gun for the beginning of our negotiations to leave on Wednesday. And our future relationship with the EU itself will take time to be determined. Of course, it's only when we know that we will really know what kind of trade relations and things like that we can have formally and legally with other countries. But there's so much going on between the UK and Turkey already that we want to develop it anyway. Whether it's done through free trade agreements and all that is important but not essential. So this is going to be a growing market, and it's going to be a two-way thing. So the sort of things we're discussing here in the Tat Little are good for both countries, and I think signify a fantastic sort of bilateral relationship.
When the British Prime Minister visited Turkey earlier this year, there was a deal signed on defence. What other things can both sides gain out of these agreements?
Well, any kind of large industrial partnership is important for both sides. Between any two countries, if it's properly structured, but between the UK and Turkey, I think it's not just commercially a good thing. I think that strategically it's good because of the significance of Turkey in the region. It's strategically important for us, the UK, to signify that we are outward-looking, global Britain as we leave and after we leave the European Union. So it's altogether a good thing. It's plus, win-win, and that's exactly what we want to see in many sectors. Between the UK and Turkey for investment here and the other way, and from one country into the other and back again. So this is good news all round.
The UK Parliament's Foreign Affairs Committee has produced a report on British-Turkish relations. One of the things it says is that there could be a deprioritising of human rights in the race to sign new trade deals with Turkey. Do you think that's right? Do you think this is a fair reflection of what's going on?
Not a fair assessment, and that's not quite what the report said. It just said, don't forget about the human rights as you're doing the other. Well, that's fine. Everyone here as well would say that. But what the report strongly says is that the UK government policy of totally condemning the coup, of making it absolutely clear to other countries who were very slow to condemn it, that a very, very serious threat to the country and democracy happened from within. And also it's important for us to point out the pressures they have from PKK. And I'm particularly proud to have been the one Western minister which came here within 3 or 4 days of the coup attempt to make it absolutely clear that we condemned it, that we understood what had happened, we understood the magnitude of it, and that we were standing and still do shoulder to shoulder with Turkey.
The report also says that the Foreign Office, the British Foreign Office, knows too little about who is exactly behind the failed coup attempt in Turkey last year. Who do you think was behind the coup?
I don't think we need to have all the answers in order to reach a conclusion. And by its very nature, something that is hidden, covert and mysterious is difficult to identify and explain in every conceivable respect. So let's not pretend that we have to in order to say that they did it and they absolutely were trying to destroy this country and its democracy.
How much do you think the Gulenists were involved?
I've said so in my witness session to the House of Commons that they were.
I also wanted to ask you about the electronics ban that has been introduced by the United Kingdom. Why is Turkey on that list?
Anyone looking at aviation security wants to keep travellers safe. We think that it's better for larger electronic items to be in the hold rather than in the cabin. This will affect UK airlines as well. It's not just Turkey, it's not just Turkish airlines or companies. We are all in this together. and we need to make sure that our passengers can travel safely. So I'd say this is an area where, in order to stand firmly against terrorist risk and danger, we should stand shoulder to shoulder and not allow ourselves to argue with each other on this.
Can you understand why Turkey might be annoyed by this particular decision? When Theresa May visited at the start of the year, Turkey and the UK agreed to form a working group on security. And for many people in Turkey as well, when they go to the airport, they're going to have their computers checked twice anyway.
I'm frustrated too. You know, I'm a passenger and my laptop will have to go in the hold, and I say I'm the same as anybody else. I'm a passenger in the same way as anyone else is a passenger, and I think we have to make sure that the standards of security are up to a level that can make sure we travel safely. So if I'm prepared to stick my laptop in the hold, I think I'd say to everyone else, let's just do it in order to keep it all safe.